Hey guys, Brian Osborne here reporting from Panama Beach and just having a good family vacation with my parents, Nana and Pops to the grandkids. Had a great time today. Thought I'd try to squeeze in a quick video before it gets too dark, maybe too late for that, but I think we still get the core idea across. As we're at the beach here at Panama, we got the beautiful white sand. And I couldn't help but think about God's promise to Abraham to make him as numerous as the sand on the seashore, right? And of course the stars in the sky. In other words, Abraham's descendants would be uncountable, as like the grains of sand are here at Panama Beach. And it reminds me here at the review lesson number 90, I want to take a quick pause and set time out and keep the main thing, as we're about midway through the curriculum and getting really close. You see, we're seeing a lot of fulfilled promises already taking place throughout the Old Testament. God promised Abraham that he would become a great nation and that his name would be great, and that's being fulfilled. And Abraham did become a great nation, actually. We see God promise David that his kingdom will last forever. Well, how does a man's kingdom last forever? Well, the Messiah must come from that line. You go back all the way to Genesis 3:15 is the first prophecy of the Messiah, where the seed of the woman crushes the serpent's head. And the point I'm making is all these prophecies, whether it's about Abraham being a great nation like the sand on the seashore, or the serpent his head being crushed by the seed of the woman, or David's kingdom lasting forever, and many other prophecies, the whole purpose of the Old Testament, of that history as it unfolds, is to point to Christ. And we got to keep that in mind as we go through this history, because we're at a point now in the curriculum where it looks kind of shaky in a sense, right? Because you have David was just king for a while, then his son Solomon was king. Now the kingdom has split, and now we're going to see a lot of strife within Israel as it divides into two kingdoms, the northern and the southern kingdom. And you'll see a series of kings in both kingdoms, for the most part, that aren't godly. And it causes God's wrath to be poured out on Israel, both the north and southern kingdoms. Eventually they carried into exile. And during this time it seems pretty chaotic, and you kind of wonder, oh, is God still in control? Because the times are so stormy, like the storm we see out there in the ocean. And you kind of wonder, man, is he still fulfilling his promises? And of course, God is. Whether things are going really well or whether they look bad from our perspective, we know that God is sovereign. He is in control of all of time and history, and he's unfolding things just as he wants to bring about his Messiah at just the right time. So just a quick reminder here, at about a midway point, we're getting close in the curriculum. As we're going through all this history, whether things are going smooth sailing, which is hardly ever for Israel, or things are rocky with the divided kingdom and the exile, just bear in mind that God's in control, and it's all pointing to Christ. And that's really what this is all about, because all of history is his story. And what great comfort we can take in that. We know history is all about Christ. All of the present is all about Christ. The future is about Christ. We can rest in that truth and focus on giving him glory, and trust that no matter what is taking place in our lives, whether it's smooth sailing or there are storms coming, we know that God is in control. So as we look at this, as we think about history and think about the present and the future, let's keep the main thing, which is Christ. You guys have a wonderful day or night. Talk to you later on.